Hey Ben, what's the Astec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Astec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Astec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
Do they tell us, or we just start at 03?
Just go at 03, I think.
Okay.
Yep. Welcome. We are here at the Lloydminster Golf and Curling Center for the Astec Safety Challenge. My name's Daryl Hanley. We will be bringing sheet 5 to you, which is Hoesli against Mouat, and my buddy Kerry Leckie is beside me.
Yeah.
Calling the play-by-play. And Kerry, your first time doing this? What do you think so far?
My first time doing it. I haven't made any mistakes yet, so that's good.
But it's early.
It's early.
Don't worry, there's lots of time for that.
We're fortunate to have the team number 1, or the world number 1 team playing against world number 11 team. Should be pretty exciting. So we'll see some good shots.
And this Hoesli team, yeah, they've made a lot of strides this year. They've done very well in a lot of events. They'll be a good match for the Scottish team.
And we're underway.
First rock being thrown, and from our previous draws, we will get some times for people at home, but we're getting 4.5, 5 feet of curl and around 14.7, 14.8 seconds hog to hog. Very keen, lots of curl.
Yeah,
nicer than what Kerry and I have played on all year for some reason. We haven't had great conditions like that here in our local club. So nice that world's top men's teams can enjoy that.
No, that's for sure. And they've had their struggles to put this event on. They lost the ice once recently and had to scramble to put it back in. So congratulations to them for their hard work and making this all come together.
Very lucky. Whatever a brine motor is, that went.
Brine motor?
Yeah, I'm only a veterinarian. I have no idea what a brine motor is. Had to rebuild the brine motor, lost our ice.
Yeah, that's got nothing to do with capital gains either.
Has nothing to do with you accountants, but got her done and got the ice in, and it looks beautiful. It looks fantastic, and it's only about 50 degrees warmer than this event last year.
Yeah, a balmy +4 today here in Lloydminster as opposed to the -50 plus wind chill last year.
Crazy cold last year, so much more enjoyable this year.
I'm glad these guys are going to get a chance to see us in Lloydminster at not through a cloud of smog and breath and everything else. So.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So you can see with the draw to the button, you can see the Scottish team has hammer.
Yeah.
Immediately the Swiss team went in the rings and are throwing up a center guard.
Okay.
Mouat through a corner guard.
They're so precise. The way they release these rocks, they can judge it and sweep it and far better than you and I can.
Well, and so consistently, difference between them and us is lots of rotation. It's so consistent in their release. And when you have world's best sweepers, that doesn't hurt.
No, that's right. Both of these teams are 1-0, already having won a game this morning.
Will it come around?
Are they going to get it all the way through? Yes.
Beautiful weight by Hammy. Rolls over towards the corner guard.
F.
And they're staying aggressive. Going to go around.
Aggressive call going around center guard. Oh, they're playing the hit and roll, looks like.
Yes, you're right.
He's throwing the out turn.
Ja. Ja. Hard. Hard. Videre. Videre. Hard. Hard.
Right.
11-2.
We'll be leaning on you today, Kerry, with your knowledge of the Swiss language to translate for us. I'll do my best for the Scottish team, but you're going to have to translate the Swiss.
Could be a lot of dead air. Could be a lot of dead air.
I should be an inch less.
Yeah, this Mouat team, Mouat,
I believe, yes.
Winner of all 3 Grand Slam curling events in 2024 so far, so they are having an epic historical season. So.
Number 1 team in the world, incredible.
And they've been right up there for a number of years already, so.
Yep. Last night had a social and a lot of the teams were here at the rink, and on a curler's hot stove had Bruce on stage. He's a very funny guy, very outspoken and very receptive, and didn't know that. He seems like such a quiet guy, but he was very well received last night on the curler's hot stove.
Fabulous.
Do you know if there's an ice pack anywhere?
I think all of these players here would do whatever they needed to do to support the game of curling.
Thank you.
Anywhere they go.
Just go
And they realize how important that is, that the fans can interact with the curlers. They know that is really important. And the sponsors. Chance to meet all the sponsors are the ones that make this happen. Like our friends, Astec, Wild Rose.
Yes.
Jeff and Caitlin Mulligan and staff organizing committee, what a job again. Such a huge undertaking. And a few of the teams even mentioned last night, Kerry said that this was their favorite spiel of the year last year. Just thought they were so well looked after. They loved the ice. And as cold as it was, that is really saying something.
That is saying something, because it was...
It's minus 50,000 degrees. And they all said this was their favorite spiel. I mean, hats off to Jeff and Caitlin Mulligan. All the organizers, our ice committee, including bringing in famous Darren Moulding to help us with the ice this year out of Lacombe.
Hold on. Just on the 7.
You got that one
Half
half buried.
Bruce came around. Yeah, you probably can see, looks like you can see about half of it. Probably play like board weight, heavy hack. Try and come around that corner guard.
Kind of clean heavy.
Clean. Down.
He said clean.
Clean. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. 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 Hard. Hard. Whoa. Good.
Nice throw.
Great shot.
Right.
Just squeaks by the corner guard. Great shot.
Det med ikke filter. Som så filter. We'll just bring the
Bobby
Ja, bare rett stry ned i med. Double, you can't really roll.
throw his last second stone.
Also schon ganz anderes Spiel, aber schwierig zu vergleichen. Wait, good.
I'm guessing that they will try and roll to our left, roll under.
He will roll now. What do they do? Yes.
Actually ended up not too bad at all. Kind of almost over curled, but ended up right behind the corner guard.
Right behind the corner guard is right.
Very great shot.
Not shot stone, but they're not concerned with that yet.
That's okay.
Mooi vast.
Have hammer.
Du kannst einfach killen. Gelijk nog wat open snel hebben. Zo staat ja. We zijn even hoog houden. Ja. Kannst auch garden eigentlich.
Yeah, the curling rink doesn't even look familiar with the way it's set up.
Not at all.
They've got viewing
This
stands.
looks like where we play every week.
Viewing stands on one side and VIP lounge. Do you know if it's sold out, Daryl?
It is sold out.
It is sold out.
Daar zou er rondom, ja.
Sold out, I think, a little less than 2 weeks ago. It is sold out.
Nice. 2 sets.
Great for Lloydminster.
You bet. Unfortunate for those people that were hoping to walk in and buy a ticket.
Yes, I did receive a number of messages in the last couple of days asking where they can get tickets, but sad to say there are none.
First third stones coming for the Swiss team.
And as you can see, it's Marco Hoesli that calls the game but throws third rocks. His brother Philip will throw skip stones.
Okay, yeah. They're throwing up a guard.
Kan!
Shot stone.
Hard! Nog niet!
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think she's got her covered. Nothing through the middle.
I think so. But they're going to have to try a run back.
Ja.
So it'll be Grant Hardy's
You're either
first
playing the
stone.
hole or the run.
The third.
Good. They're high.
Daar zijn we er eens net einig. Ze zijn gemeint te sluiten.
It's going to be hard to stay focused. So many good teams out there. We've got Cooey and Goskins and Schwaller and local teams, Manners, McEwen, Pierce, Edine. Didn't quite
We'll do our best to keep you updated on all of the sheets. But you're right, it is hard to focus on one sheet with all that talent out there. Including one of our own local teams, Kerry. Ryan Dice playing third with Carl Connick Smith. Took Brad Gushu to last rock, and actually Brad had to draw to the button to win. So hats off to one of our local teams.
No doubt. And that Gushu's last stone on that one wasn't an easy one. He had to get to the pin. So
yeah,
it was
a
shot. Made their nice shot, but the boys did very well, including a junior curler, local junior curler. Jax Robson played great. So they're trying to get to the cover the stone again. It's got a long ways to go.
With how good the sweeping is these days with those brooms, you can sure make it curl even with guard weight.
Yeah. The little hole there gives him a chance to lay two if he makes a nice shot through the hole. Mouat beat the local team Manners this morning, and Hoesli beat Knapp, a team from Saskatchewan.
Yeah, a good team from Saskatchewan that represented Saskatchewan at the Briar a couple years ago.
And of
They've
course,
had a great year too. The Knapp team have done very well this year on the SAS Tour.
Nice.
Het is wirklich vol gas gezet.
Grant Hardy going to try and come through that very small port.
Calling on the sweep.
And does not make it through.
Oh. They won't be happy with that, but because he didn't roll away at all either. So.
Bobby Lammy sweeping, and arguably is a lot of people would say he is one of the best sweepers in the world. Even with him sweeping that, they could not get that through the hole. So an aggressive call would be for the Swiss team to come in around full 8 foot, put some pressure on the Scottish team with an intern.
Yeah, vind het best.
Yeah, I think if they got even half around the yellow guard, covering their red stone, take away the raise.
Yep.
That would
put some pressure on them.
Yeah. Even if they're not in the rings, I think they'll be happy with this if they get to take away the run back. Oh. Yeah.
You see?
It's here, it's this.
Linje,
I
ja.
think this would be right.
A really tough one.
Easy. Linje, go ahead. Curl, curl.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard, noch hard.
Well,
Hard,
they didn't
So they opted to just play the guard.
Yeah. This will leave the run back for Mouat.
Still leaves a run back. A little surprised they didn't put a little bit more pressure on him because Bruce makes a lot of these shots.
Running the reds, not easy,
Yeah.
just squeezing the draw. That's kind of my worry.
I guess they wanted to make sure on the line more than anything else.
Yep.
Make sure that it's covered.
Over nose, no bit curls an inch.
The only reason I'm a little surprised is because the run back, he could be laying 2 after this, and it could be quite guarded.
Yes, they could be 2 behind
Brings
cover.
a 3 into play, yeah.
But I suppose if he makes this, there will be a center guard in play that
Yeah, he could come around, potentially.
early in the game to be that aggressive.
Yeah, conservative, I guess.
Now it's first stone in the first end.
He's playing the intern at this race.
Close.
Lots of handle.
Interesting ball.
Yep. Whoa.
Must be close.
Makes it, will roll out, but he did get rid of it.
Yeah, so now he sits 1 behind cover.
Sits 1. Gives Hoesli a chance to come around and bury one.
Yeah, not a.
Switch off left safe.
They haven't played one from the outside in over on that side yet.
Dan de achter, oder? Pass.
A little bit of
Right
a
out
guessing
to the
game.
edge of the 8. Yeah. Let's see if we get a time on this draw.
They would have played this shot in the practice.
Yeah.
So
Pretty used to work with the broom. They should be very close on the weight.
Kunnen een beetje weiter rein als de beste speler. Dat pleegspeler is dicht op.
Well, Philip throwing his last draw.
do you know which of these brothers are the oldest?
I do not.
Blad.
Easy. Tackle plat.
So just lightly.
Lane is
sweeping
okay.
that.
Trust in.
Trying to make a curl a bit.
Vast curl.
Sehr gut.
It's the time.
Grad,
I
grad.
got 14.9
Pista,
seconds on that
pista.
hot hog, so it is pretty quick.
Hard.
And it looks
Hard,
like that
hard.
is going to
Pista.
get to
Hard.
8 foot.
Hard.
Fighting
Fully
4 foot. Pretty
behind.
quick.
Fully behind. This is going to
Fully
force him
behind.
to
Almost 15 seconds.
Draw the
Force him
button.
to draw.
nice shot.
Honey.
Great draw.
Too hook.
Veel meer abbekel. Dan ik vond het is wäre schade da von Linie zu wenig gehört. Auf gar kommst du nie.
He's taking just a smidge more ice than
Vor allem
Hoesli did.
9,5 Meter mehr aus
He
der
might
Hand
throw
zu
just
ziehen
a
als
little
der
more
erste.
rotation. A little more ice would be safe.
Sicher 1,5 Meter schneller gespielt als der erste. Ja. Ganz massiv. Ja.
Line's good.
Ist gut.
Edmund zieht er auch.
Line's good.
Curl auch.
They're lightly brushing this.
14-8.
Pretty comfortable. They just called the time at 14.8, which should put it past the red rock, according to what I timed. And right to the pin.
very nice shot.
Great draw for the Scottish team to take a 1-0 lead after the first end. Game on.
We'll be right back.
Beide 14-8.
Das, was ich will, ist jetzt praktisch nicht viel.
L and ACPA, going beyond accounting and tax. The assurance that experienced professionals that care are committed to providing you financial confidence and helping you reach your goals. We listen, we analyze, we advise, we deliver.
Okay, we are back, starting the second end after the Mouat team drew for one in the first end. They throw up a tight center guard.
We solved the who's older. Marco is a year and a half older than Philip.
Okay, and Marco, yes, is the one that holds a broom but throws third rocks. That's for right. All of those inquiring minds. Now you know.
Ice.
24 years old, Marco.
Quite young.
Hard. Nog weer. Hard.
Swiss throw up. Corner guard.
We're having a discussion about how their name is spelled. It's HOS on their jackets. On the curling site, it's HOESSLI. So
it looks like they're comfortable with being spelled either way.
Yeah.
That's a Grand Slam website.
Yeah. And it's got the phonetic, the H. With the two dots above it, so yeah. Maybe they're going phonetically with the HOE. So
maybe. Good to know. Mouat comes around. Top button, perfectly thrown.
Yep.
Now the call will be to come around and try and freeze.
Good.
Scottish rock.
Yeah. Easy. No längre. Good.
Strong sweepers. These guys are athletes.
Incredible.
Hard. Good. 4-8.
Very good shot. Almost corner frozen. Mouat will respond and try and freeze to that. Very much like a chess game. Try and get control of the forefoot.
Yeah, no doubt.
Get the right angles.
Dem sport kan jeg vielleicht schon auch können mit dem stehen.
Wait for your opportunity.
Schon auch nehmen so krass glaube. Der Release gun auf der Center ist ja ganz krass gewesen. Beim Training.
Jetzt ist es nicht mehr so, wirkt es nicht mehr so krass. Sicher mit dem 2.
Sweeping it for line.
Line looks pretty good. Get past. Does not get past.
Clip the guard.
Weight looked pretty good.
Weight is darn close.
Rollen. Ja.
Is there a hole there?
Überleg mal einfach das.
Maybe.
Oder weit?
Kannst du auch, ja. Finde ich auch gut.
Maybe.
Gehen wir weit?
Not for you and me, but for these
No,
guys.
for them might be, but not for us. Must be a whole lot bigger than that for you, right? You put a rock through there. But if we had better sweepers, we would make more. You know, a port like that would be easy.
We've been saying that for 35 years.
If we had better sweepers.
Yeah.
I say that with one of them behind me also, commentating the sheep beside us. I'm probably going to get punched in the back. Anyway, looks like they're going to try just a hit and roll. Just remove the Scottish stone. Stay there, roll inside a little bit. Ideal.
Hard, roll.
Over curled that a little bit.
Just a little much. I don't think they want it to curl quite that far.
Bruce is asking for which they would prefer to do, the draw, the in-turn draw, or the out-turn hit.
Yeah. Tuck a piece, you can't make a double roll.
Lloydminster went without world-class curling for a number of years until Jeff and his team Jeff and Caitlin and their team at Astec took the challenge on and have done a fabulous job.
For those that will remember, we had the Wayside Curling Classic for a lot of years. Carrie and I were on that organization committee. Very happy to see this level of curling back here.
That shot due mainly to the sweeping to get it to curl just enough to get past their shot stone at the back.
7 out. Har du vielleicht sogar Peel?
Yep. Shoot all the way. Just sounded
They're trying to double this, Daryl?
Swiss look like maybe that's what they're trying to do, is to almost nose.
Yeah.
It's a yellow rock
pretty good
just
weight.
thrown.
Yep.
They're going to have to just scrape it by that
Curl
Curl it.
Whoa.
Look at that.
Beauty
Nice shot.
Great shot.
Got two
Sneak
rocks
it by the guard. Beauty.
2 rocks behind cover now.
Yep.
Go and in.
Nice.
Well thrown.
Nice.
Well, there's a reason why they've done as well as they've done this year.
Why they're did you say 11th? 11th in the world?
World number 11, yep.
That is why.
They
Big
won
shots like that.
They've won 2 Bonspiels, the Oslo Cup and the Bern Curling Challenge, which are not small events, that's for sure.
No.
Yep. Yes.
They haven't done a whole lot in Canada this year, haven't played a whole lot in Canada this year. So. Nice.
What a shot.
That was over-buried, and they came around with enough weight to
tap
move it.
and roll the middle and tap the Swiss rock over the side.
It's fully exposed now. So.
Yeah, great shot.
Make wat zo, dat springt net veel.
Als het anders dus staat wegrijden. Als we onder druk gaat.
Hij shot.
Weißt du, was das macht?
Muss einfach bleiben, ja.
So.
Kante bleiben sicher.
Can't help you with that.
Ja.
No. Google Translator for that.
Yeah.
Daardoor zijn we geen meer over, zijn we de dokter dan.
Between brothers, I'm sure it's.
That's okay.
Yeah.
They've had this conversation a number of times. They haven't curled together as long as you and I have. Just
very few have.
They haven't been alive as long as you and I have played together.
No, they haven't. We've curled together so long we finish each other's sentences. It's kind of eerie.
Whoa! Yep.
Looks like they're playing the come around.
Well, they're going to have to go to get this by.
Very close to that center guard.
Oh, there they got it.
Just by. So they punch it far enough.
They got it open. But they've left their 2 rocks fully exposed over on the other side, which. Yeah.
Looks like it's probably, they're probably still shot. Swiss, Scottish rock, with second shot.
That's close.
It's really close.
Wherever you draw, I don't mind.
Don't see an overhead of this on the screen yet, so. I tell you, I'm just excited to be here watching this level of curling.
Some of the best seats in the house.
Well, that's it.
We get to oversee the MNP VIP lounge and bleachers, all the dedicated fans out there watching.
I feel a lot warmer than they look out there.
Yeah. We don't need as many layers on as the spectators on sheet 1.
No.
Can't
Okay, let's see if are they playing a double? Can they make the double in a roll?
That's what they're playing. Be very, very tight to that center guard.
Look at that.
Jammed
it, yeah.
And I think they knew that would happen, but this is open, this red rock anyway.
Yeah. And the yellow one isn't open fully, so not quite fully open, so they can't. They'd have to play it quietly if they were going to try and get by that.
Daar zou er normaal clear, aber...
Looks like they're looking at coming around that corner red rock.
Yeah. They'll leave shot rock exposed if they make this, but
yeah.
Das ist, haben wir mit
as long
dem
as their
2
second shot, they're going to be still in good shape.
Yeah.
Das ist, haben wir
Still
mit
gives
dem
them a
2
chance for a deuce.
Ein bisschen mehr.
Yeah.
Das brauchen wir schon ganz acht.
Ja, gerade ganz 8 ist gut.
Dann müssen wir recht tief fahren.
Ja.
Ist gut.
Drop of Marco.
Nicht gut.
Last to third stones. They're sweeping.
Easy. 8 ist gut. Easy.
Very lightly. Looks like the weight is close. They're asking for it to be curl.
Carve. Yep.
Looks like this is going to be buried.
Fully buried.
Yeah.
Even over.
Second shot.
Yep. Pretty good spot.
Ideal, but it does leave the shot rock open.
Yeah, if they can hit and roll behind here and make it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Kann nicht durchschießen, mit dem 2.
Ja, dann nehme ich knapp ist.
Aber da vorne muss noch der Guard vorbei, wie viel läuft. Ja,
Hat jetzt ein bisschen weniger gemacht, als ich erwartet habe.
Ja.
Oh, das ist nicht meine Fläche.
What would they be discussing here? Are they discussing weight, or what are they talking about there, I think?
Maybe even where they want this rock to end up.
Okay, yeah.
Ideally, which way do they want to roll? They obviously don't want to leave it wide open.
Yeah, the sweepers need to know what they're doing too, right?
And they need to know exactly what weight, so they can let Grant know if he's heavy or light.
And they just, like you said, he's a little heavy.
Must be a bit tight, sweeping to keep it straight.
Woo!
It's going to roll behind, but how far? There we go.
Oh, really nice shot.
Yeah.
Just back 12 weight. Got a great roll. Maybe a double there.
Maybe double. Might jam on the back red one, but
Might jam on the back.
they're going to have to play it close to the guard.
Langt auch gar nicht.
Other games are
Langt
in
auch
the
gar nicht.
finishing up their second ends, and Cooey scored a deuce to go up 2-1 on Klist. Is it Klist or Kleist?
I got close.
Klist.
Okay. And
Fantastic.
Swallers up 2-0 on Gosgen.
Goskins, yeah.
Siehst du?
Local Scott Manor
Das andere
scored
ist
a
eben
deuce to
Guard
go up
Triple,
2-1
aber
on
es
Mouat.
ist nur gut, wenn all drin ist.
McEwen and Pierce are finishing up their second end, and they're tied at zeros. In the final sheet, Adine and
Ultra schwierig.
And Edie from Saskatoon.
they're tied at 1, with Adine having the hammer going to 3. So
8?
Hängt gerade da sein.
Looks like they are going to try and take on a double.
yeah,
That is not a lot of ice.
I guess she's going to be coming with a little bit of steam.
This will not be board weight.
No, he doesn't look to be overthrowing it.
Clean. Ja. Wow.
Close.
And jam, just like you thought it might
Yeah.
jam on that back red, but they are still shot.
Shot stone behind cover.
Bruce is going to have to be very careful where he puts this rock. Hopefully he does not set up a double for 3.
Ja. Den probeer erst gar keine Chance eigentlich.
Looking at his options, can they remove a
Das ist so
rock
gut, der Kamera und der doppelt.
without a jam?
They could move that,
Das hat schon Chance, ja.
roll away. They could sit 2,
Dicker wird schwierig, ja.
roll back towards the middle.
Schon ziemlich close an Guard. Es hat noch ein bisschen Luft, aber
Drawing
nicht
in
viel.
for shot stone, of
Then half
course,
the
is
third.
going to try and force Hoesli into.
Just can't leave the double.
No, that's right. That's why they'd have to come through the hole.
Looks like, can you see enough? Is he going to take on the double?
I think so.
I think it looked like where he put the broom.
Stick.
I'm thinking they're going to try the double.
I think so.
This will be coming with some steam.
Yeah.
He is
And he's
taking.
probably throwing the intern, you think?
I'm guessing the intern, and he's going to try and hit it basically where he's got the broom, I think, to make this.
I think that'd be very close to the double. Like a thick third, be very close.
Yeah.
He is throwing the outer.
Yep.
That surprises me.
That surprises
Hard.
me a little.
Hard, you've got to go. Gotta go.
It's over curling.
So there's going to be a draw for 2.
This would be a draw for 2. Well played in by Hoesli.
Yep.
Give him a chance for this deuce.
So, you're going to get a
So
time
I'm going
on
to get
this?
a time on this, see how close we'll be with timing. Predict where this is going to end up.
You'll need to
We're
be
looking
right
for
around
about
15 seconds.
Yeah, 14-9, 15, right around there. We'll be very close. He just has to be full 8 or better to get deuce.
Lots of room.
Achtung. Easy. Linie gå ahead.
I believe he said wait only.
14-5 should be all there without any sweeping.
And that would be
that
a 2.
is right to the tee line to get a deuce.
So 2 for Hoesli to go up 2-1, and we'll be right back.
At It's Time Promotions, we make your brand stand out. From custom apparel made with precision, to headwear that puts your brand front and center, and vinyl decals that make your brand stick. We deliver promotional materials and print solutions that leave a lasting impression. With locations in Lloydminster and Provost, we proudly ship Canada-wide. It's Time Promotions, where your brand comes to life.
The official soundtrack to Canada's only border city, 1061, The GOAT. Stay connected with mylloydminsternow.com. The GOAT. Everything that rocks. 1061, The GOAT.
Welcome back to the Lloydminster Curling Center, Golf and Curling Center. And we're watching #1 in the world, Mouat, who currently trails the #11 in the world, Hoesli, 2-1. After 2, Mouat has the hammer playing 3.
Well, we have a couple of minutes. I'm going to mention a few of our sponsors here that made this event happen. Of course, title sponsor Astec Safety, Jeff Caitlin Mulligan, Wild Rose Pump and Compression, Rod Wild, presenting sponsor, Strathcona Resources, MNP, Arby's Lloydminster, It's Time Promotions, Maz Entertainment, boys that are here beside us looking after us, and Musgrave Agencies, Store Right, Lakeside Pharmacy, just to name a few, and we'll name a few more later.
Yeah, without sponsors like that, events like this don't happen, and Lloydminster's lucky because they've got a lot of businesses willing to take this on. I recognize a lot of those names from other events too, so good community people.
Lots of support for this event, fantastic.
So it started off essentially the same as the first end.
Center guard, corner guard, come around. Pretty much just reversal of the color of the stones. Mouat team will try and go around the corner guard. They'll ignore the one on the button for now.
Weight's good. Hard. Go for it. Hard.
Hard to get it by.
That will not get by, but they will get it in the rings.
And they'll still get it a little bit behind too. I think it curled past the whisker. No, it's open.
He thought that last end.
This gives Hoesli the opportunity to hit and roll and have two behind cover if everything goes the way they want it to.
Of course, in the 5 rock rule, cannot eliminate that corner guard if you were to be a little heavy and tight. Have to leave the corner guard where it is just yet. Real close.
Langsam. Einfach. Same 12 weight.
Hit just a little roll to our right. A shot, laying 2s. Now what does Bruce do here? He's looking at maybe the freeze or one that was just thrown. Hit and roll over. That's what they have decided to do. Throw in the out turn if you're a righty.
Yeah, we've got 3 A event games and 3 B event games. This isn't a round robin format. 24 teams, triple knockout.
Triple knockout.
Qualifying into the championship event.
Real close, nice little roll, well thrown. It wasn't overthrown.
Really good.
Yeah.
Very important to make that shot. Well done.
It's open, but it's there's the one behind it as well to consider. So
You gotta be careful they don't jam that. If they play the out turn.
Jeff and his crew this year accommodating these players playing Wednesday to Saturday, as opposed to the more normal Thursday to Sunday.
Yeah.
They have most of these teams have a long trek across the country for a slam next weekend.
Yeah, in Guelph, Ontario. So this just gives them an extra day for travel.
Oops, ice. Bang okay, ice.
Finish quit. It's blood.
So they're going to throw a guard up on this.
Cut.
Clean nails, ice.
Cut. Heart. Yeah.
Looks like that will cover it.
Yeah.
Bruce will probably run these guards. Got to open it up now.
They're comfortable with this, I think.
Very comfortable running most of these. Not saying they're automatic, but they're as close to automatic as you can be with these throwers.
Yeah. And again, he'll want to hit this right where he's got the broom, I think.
Yep.
Out turn. And there they go.
Well done.
Also leaves his out there to run back later if he needs to.
Ja. Dan achter. Dat is net zo. Positief.
Ja. Das ist doch nicht unangenehm.
Ja.
Ist okay für mich.
Hoch.
Ja.
Good.
Bad.
So they'll just try and replace that, eh?
Mm-hmm. Looks like it.
This is 3 of 10.
Calls to throw a guard again and let him chase.
Speedy out though.
Nice piece. 2. Nicht gut.
So the first third stones.
Carefully trying to
No.
align this guard, not wanting it to overcurl. Well done.
You see this more these days with the skip throwing third or another slot. I've always thought that
You think we could ever
the guy throwing the last rock should have control of the house and feel comfortable with it, but clearly this works for them.
Works for them. Different for some teams.
Definitely there.
Well, worked pretty good for Team Carruthers last year with Jacobs throwing last rock.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
And Reed calling the game.
Just think it's maybe too early.
They were thinking about coming in, but you heard them say that it was too early.
I can go over the top.
Can we ever go the other way and get eel thin?
You can try 3 thin. It's a thin quarter. This goes close here as well.
So they're trying to skinny this and get all 3 guards, or what are they doing?
I think so. I think they're just trying to hit it very, very thin with the out turn.
Maybe promote their own into the rings. Is that
And possibly could roll and pump their yellow in. They hit it just right.
Yep. Whoa.
Whoa, Pearl. Whoa, Pearl.
Straight.
Please.
just like that?
Just like that.
Well, that all of a sudden makes Hoesli's choice a little bit tougher.
Tough to can't guard everything. But now they're going to have to play into the rings.
Yeah.
Try and remove something.
Yeah, under sweat.
I'm going to try the double, I think.
Tiny bit thinner.
Yep.
Close. Ball to keep it straight. Nice double.
Rolled it away
by Marco. Removes those 2 rocks. Laying 2.
Yeah.
You can try this if you want. I think I like that.
Both teams making everything. We haven't seen a miss yet.
They're rolled far enough back and away that the double's not there, so they're just going to try and hit and roll in front, I think. And of course, Hoesli would be happy to force Mouat into a 1.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Ideally.
Close.
Yep.
Close.
Yes.
Okay.
Looks like this overcurled. We are going to get our first full miss.
I think you did that. You jinxed
I think because I jinxed him. I did say we had not seen a miss yet. We just saw a flash.
Hands off. Doppel van der Haan.
Ja.
I was actually watching my nephew on that sheet in the previous draw, and the exact same thing in the exact same spot happened to them in the very first end.
That's all right.
And their same weight skips first rock overcurled, and also missed their takeout attempt.
So with a little less weight, it'll curl there.
A little less weight. It looks like it will curl there, and it's fooling them a bit, even though they practiced on there.
Yeah.
In that spot on sheet 5, you get a little bit of curl if your weight's down a bit.
The sheet next door, Knapp came back with 2 against Manners to go up 3-2 after 3. Cooey stole 2 and 3 to go up 4-1.
4.
It's a big steal.
4-1. Big steal after losing this morning. Our champion from last year. McEwen got 1 in the second end against Pierce. They're up 1-0. Dean and Edie remain at 1-1, playing 3. Schwaller up on Goslings, 2-1, playing 3.
So now they've got 3 rocks spread all out.
Got them in a little bit of trouble, but good news is they have hammer.
Like for his second run, give him that.
Yeah, I think Sealight's giving his first one.
So are they? What are they doing here? Are they freezing up to the? Sitting right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I guess.
You know, if you can make it, it's a great call, but you better make it. If you could make the perfect corner freeze, you know, very likely than most you're going to give up 1 or 2. You're going to eliminate at least a 3-banger.
They have hammer though, so they're trying to generate their deuce.
Line's good.
They're okay with leaving the one on the button open for now.
Close for line.
If they make the perfect in our second shot, that
Line's perfect.
forces Hoesli into making a play on something or making a more aggressive call.
Close, straight. Hard.
They are second
what a
shot.
great shot.
Yeah,
great shot.
That rock is going nowhere, so I think
that is second shot. Well thrown, well judged.
I think Hoesli's now just looking for a place where they can put a second stone that doesn't set up a double.
To prevent the deuce.
Yeah.
Watch out, yeah.
They're looking at following him right down there. That's a tough shot.
That is a tough shot.
Ja, das ist mega schwierig, aber.
Front end contributes with the guard.
Wie sieht das am Ende?
Ja.
Genau. Das ist natürlich auf die Seite. Einer soll er spielen als das da, oder?
I guess if they get there,
das Problem ist da, ist mir egal.
Held the broom, they would be in a position to if the double was made, they would lose their jam on the
da bist
second shot.
Yeah.
Also weißt
du, got to be very careful where they leave
das da nicht fürs Wie nicht, da drauf kommen.
Ja, aber da ist ein passiert.
Eben, also ich will da hin.
What's the feature games tonight, Daryl? People were wondering if they should make their way down here.
Ich glaube zu wenig.
Feature games
Ich
tonight.
habe das Gefühl, das ist zu wenig.
Wenig, hast du das Gefühl?
Ja.
Feature games tonight. Oh, we got some beauties. We have Joel Retornes against Matt Dunstone. Brad Gushu against Scott Howard. Brad Jacobs against the Scottish team Ross White. Our one of our local teams, Carl DeConnick Smith, is playing Reed Carruthers, which has my nephew Catlin Schneider on it. There's some great games tonight. Make your way down. Food and drink upstairs is the M&P Lounge, VIP Lounge.
Lots of seats still available out on the ice surface. Dress warm.
Dress warm.
I see a couple of blankets to sit on. It's a good idea.
Linie gut. Sicher 8.
Let's see how this rock plays out for them.
Hard. Hard.
Oh boy. That didn't turn out the way they wanted to.
Not at all.
10-5.
Gives Mouat an open hit, which he is most comfortable with, and he'll have the opportunity for the deuce here.
How quick that could turn when they're looking at 3.
Yeah.
Makes the perfect corner freeze for second shot.
Skips deuce, I guess.
Skipper's deuce.
Schon ein bisschen härter nicht dann.
Throwing the out turn.
Will be throwing his out turn. Just probably nice, easy control. Wait.
They'll be a little bit nervous based on the shot that was missed in this end with the same turn on the same side of the ice, but it looks like this is...
He throws a lot of rotation. Pretty safe.
There you have it. 2 points for Mouat. Puts him up 3-2 after 3 ends. And we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Ja.
At Strathcona Resources, we're more than just an energy company. We're a part of our communities. We take pride in hiring locals, creating opportunities right here at home, and fueling our community's growth. With safety at the heart of everything we do, we ensure a responsible and secure environment for our team and for our neighbors.
Hey Ben, what's the Astec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be aztecsafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Astec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Astec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The official soundtrack to Canada's only border city, 1061, The GOAT. Stay connected with MyLloydminsterNow.com. The GOAT. Everything that rocks. 1061, The GOAT.
And we're back. After 3 ends, it's 3-2 for Mouat. Hoesli will have the hammer. I love that commercial that Team Jacobs did for Jeff and the Astec crew.
Just spot it low.
And just looking at some of the comments on line carry. Just want to point out, thanks Ben Richardson pointing out that you got to love the commentator's curse that actually said that we hadn't seen a missed shot, and then we saw 2 open misses within 3 shots. Thanks Ben for pointing that out. If you didn't, I was going to. We have 1.4 thousand people viewing us, Kerry.
That'd be about 1,400.
That would be about 1,400. One of them is Susan Zeeler from Emerald Park. The farm I grew up on is right by Emerald Park, Susan.
She likely lives on your farm.
Maybe she's on our farm. Thanks for tuning in, Susan, and watching and listening. Again, I am Daryl Hanley, my buddy Kerry Leckie. We curl here at Lloydminster Curling Club. We have together for like 30 some years. We lost count already.
14-3.
Yeah, it's been 30 some years for some years now.
For some years, you can say there's 30 some years. All our wives know is that we disappear a couple days a week. We don't come back for a few hours.
They came and watched us once this year.
So they know at least that we are curling.
That we are just checking our story. It was Daryl's birthday, and we were quite shocked to see them here, to be honest with you.
No one more shocked than me. So I don't remember last time my wife would have been in this curling.
He was likely to golf.
Probably.
So into the 3rd end, and Hoesli having the hammer.
And some guards in play.
Yeah.
Game on.
So, yeah.
Okay.
I think we'll see them pressing now that they've got a few ends under their belt. It looks like there's more rocks in play all over the...
Yeah. Probably everyone's a little more comfortable. Work with the broom, the speed, get a little bit more aggressive.
That's maybe a lot of ice for a long guard.
Yeah, on sheet 3, I don't know if there's any rocks not in play, to be quite honest with you. There is 1 rock each behind the tee line.
Just a stone short.
So did that set up a...
Doesn't
set up a...
line up real well. Yeah, for the Scottish team. Looks like that red rock could come back on the one in the 4-foot.
Yeah, does everything go away? I don't know. So they're going to have a go at it anyways.
Find out.
Yep.
Prediction, it looks like that is really close.
Yeah, if anything, yeah.
I think it's got to make contact with the yellow one in the 4-foot.
Ich bin mir nicht ganz sicher, ob es sogar das macht, aber...
There's a little separation, so it's
Nur vorne all drin.
on those front two.
Definitely not automatic.
No.
Ja, kann man überlegt so. Ist nicht, dass es geht dann eher auf den Stick.
Mal schon eher, ja.
Also wenn es so
I
hast, mit
think
dem
it might
Spin
go
geht
across
es
the
eher
top,
vorbei,
but
oder?
you and I have differed on that opinion before, so we'll see who's right this time.
Aber es wäre gut, wenn
Also
wir
ich habe
das
das Gefühl, es
Stick...
wird einfach alle 3 Garten sicher nicht.
Wie?
Es wird sicher alle 3 Garten nehmen, aber es ist vielleicht fast zu früh schon, ja.
Ja. Was ist, wenn wir mit 8 so machen?
Ist auch okay, ja.
Ich glaube, wir sind schon hinter den
While
2
they're
Garten.
looking at this, I just want to mention a shout out to my brother-in-law, Jamie Schneider, who is coaching the U of R men's curling team who won nationals last year. They're Team Canada. They're off to curl at the Worlds in Olympic Park in Torino, Italy. Good luck to Team Canada, Coach Jamie Schneider, Skip Josh Bryden, U of R men's team. Good luck, boys. Make us proud.
So is Josh, is he related to the...
He is a son.
Yes.
Of the famous Bryden's Regina.
All right, so we're going to
You are
see.
correct.
Oh.
Got the nose on this.
There we go.
You're right,
Wow,
Daryl.
look at that.
Now, is it open? It must be.
Yeah, under.
Definitely can see some of it for sure.
Not quite.
I get nose.
Yeah, there. Not all of it, but you can see more than half of it. So that's a pretty big accomplishment for a team to be curling, a Regina team to be curling overseas.
That is big accomplishment for them to win nationals last year. They went in as an underdog.
Air firm.
Thank you to my sister Kathy pointing that out, that we should wish them good luck as they leave for Italy.
Mouat removes that stone, stays in that opening.
Yeah.
He would like to have gotten a roll, I think.
Somewhere roll away from there.
Yeah.
Fair ball, but slightly firm throw with that stone is maybe just exaggerated as well. Slightly firm with that stone is maybe just exaggerated.
On line, welcoming Gerard Falconer, hopefully I said that right, from Scotland. Thank you for tuning in. Obviously cheering on Team Mouat.
What time would it be over there? Is it your daughter goes to school in England?
So it would be Scotland. It would be 7 hours.
Whoa.
From us here.
Yep. Yeah.
So that would make it like
Roll.
Like 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock. What time is it now? 5 o'clock.
No, you're right.
7 hours would be like midnight.
You're right.
Whatever you like.
7 hour time change.
Kind of like the draw. Kind of like getting one in there first.
So they're going around. They would settle for a fourth on Hoesli, I'm sure, but fourth end, I'm sure they'd love to steal one here too.
To put some pressure on them. And the center guards are staggered, so there is not straight on back. Good time to go around.
Rim. Line's good. Line's good. Still you, Hammy. Line's really good. Just curl a touch.
A little bit of sweep to finish it curling by Lammy. And there you are.
Great sweep, great
top
weight.
button, fully buried.
It is buried.
Okay for me.
So Hoesli is looking
Now we delineate the
I don't think so.
Doesn't look like it. No, they're going to leave something.
Okay.
So the question is, which one do they want to leave there, I guess?
Da bringst Max 2 weg, wird das machen, dann ist gut.
And Gerard did confirm that it is just after midnight in Scotland. You're correct. 7 hour time change. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for staying up.
Staying up so late, listening to Carrie and myself, watching and cheering on your team. They are curling very well, as you are obviously watching.
Fair ball, but another one round. Would you like the guard?
All right. First third stones for the
What are they
team.
playing here, Carrie?
They're trying to clear as much of the front as they can. I think they're just going to try and get the 2 yellows, which is a tough shot.
Yep.
But they managed. Very nice.
Great shot.
That's a great shot. I would have likely gone more conservative, just try to peel the two that were sitting next to each other. Now it's their stone out in front, and Mouat has to be a little more careful.
Yeah, they'll probably come around again. Either maybe a tight guard carry or top 12 even, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I don't think they want it straight behind, but covering up that the outturned side of that yellow stone.
Lane 2.
Line's good.
That would be ideal, I think.
Curl.
Like again, they're more worried about the line than anything. So nicely played. Nicely played.
Well done. Lane 2. Guarded. Looking at the run back. Try the straight back. Marco throwing.
Peel normal. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Hard.
Oh, just touches the top yellow. 8 foot.
So they'll be putting that guard back out there, and also them being as close as they were, they didn't fully eliminate their own stone off the top, of course. So they've covered up the intern side.
Yeah, ideally you probably would come in at least deep enough that you make it tougher to run back the rock that was just thrown. If you were to bite or just cross center a hair, it eliminates that run back from the red that was just thrown.
I'm just looking at the Goskin Schwaller. They're going to need a front end loader to get all the rocks out of the house here. Mouat game.
Hard, Bob. Line's okay. Line's good.
Right the line.
Bob. Hard, curl.
So, covered.
It is a guard. There's still a run back available. Pretty tough draw out.
Yeah. They're going to play their own back in there. They need to make this shot if they...
yeah, you missed this.
And,
Down 3. There's 3 rocks to come.
Coming with weight, obviously.
Curl.
No,
okay,
it's going across the top.
Throw enough. Team out. Probably guard with the in-turn, or out-turn, sorry. Block that side.
I don't know. I'm worried he plays this. That's why I like lines.
Well, they're looking at whether they would take on that.
You think?
They're concerned that Hoesli might take on the angle and scores deuce that way, but I don't. Sitting right on it like they just tapped there. They'd be laying 3.
Could also go there, but
Looks like they're electing to come right in.
Yeah, they're going to get the third shot just so that I don't.
Would put a lot of pressure.
Sure would.
On the Swiss team.
Laying against 3, they couldn't take on that raise, I don't think. So. Right away.
Make sure you're here.
Asking if he's sure.
Hard there, you've got to go.
Line's really good.
Line. We got him.
Pretty close. We need to finish this a
Hard.
As it bites 8 foot, they'll be laying 3, and it does.
That's fine.
Wow.
Is it
What
opened
do
up?
the Swiss have here, Kerry?
I think that they can. Well, they're considering that taking on that angle raise.
Slash their own rock in. They see enough
to double that.
to at least double. They see enough of the yellow throwing the outturn to make it double.
Yeah, that's to give them 1.
That's to give them 1. Pretty tough triple. You have an intern draw available. You have to get about half the rock on the button to score.
That's a tough hole, I think, with the just where the front red one is. With draw 8, I don't think it comes. I don't think there's a hole there.
Wenn du von oben hast, hat es eine Chance, ja. Ich sehe das oder das. Okay. Den Drag siehst du gar nicht. Das wäre schon. Meinst du nicht da? Okay. Ich habe das Gefühl, er hat eine Chance, aber du musst beiden nachtragen. Also sonst. Das kannst du auch, ja. Das ist auch eine Option. Das ist wahrscheinlich der einfachste im Scoren, das da. Ja. Ja, dann ist das oder das.
Discussion here because if you miss this, it's almost game over.
Against the Mouat team.
Against the Mouat
Ich habe das Gefühl, es kommt von zu tief, ja. Du musst noch viel oben haben.
3 or 4 of that team.
No.
Dann kannst du sogar ein bisschen dick haben. Ja, wie viel hast du da?
So they're also looking at maybe coming off their red one in the 12 foot into the pocket that is there. It's pretty thin, but that is an option.
Any shot they have to play here is going to be with a raise within.
There's nothing easy.
Raise within margin of error. So
I think that is what they're trying. I think they're trying the intern, very, very thin off their own rock and into the pocket. The one on the button.
They're going to have to be coming with weight too to make this with that ice, I think,
Yeah.
Because they need.
Can't hit very much of it.
No, a quarter's likely too much.
Thin quarter.
Thin quarter. Yeah. Final stone of the 4th end.
Yep. Lean.
Definitely coming with weight. Cleaning
Yep.
it.
Whoa! Straight! Hard!
Oi. Well, how did that end up? Give up
Got fortunate to only give them 1.
Yeah, that overcurled a little bit and
last second.
Yeah. So a steal for Mouat puts him up 4-2 after 4 ends. And so we'll be back shortly.
Ja, ich bin mir noch nicht sicher, ob ihr mich falsch verstanden habt.
L and ACPA, going beyond accounting and tax. The assurance that experienced professionals that care are committed to providing you financial confidence and helping you reach your goals. We listen, we analyze, we advise, we deliver.
At Strathcona Resources, we're more than just an energy company. We're a part of our communities. We take pride in hiring locals, creating opportunities right here at home, and fueling our community's growth. With safety at the heart of everything we do, we ensure a responsible and secure environment for our team and for our neighbors.
Back live from Lloydminster Curling Club, the Astec Safety Challenge, after just seeing Bruce Mouat's team steal one. To go up 4-2 after 4 ends. Game is half done. Starting the 5th end. We'll name a few more sponsors here as we throw the first couple stones. Want to also thank Bar Engineering, Fountain Tire, Lloydminster, Industrial Scientific, Brady Canada, Boundary Ford, Sobeys Lloydminster, the Tent Guys, the GOAT 106.1, Great Rock Station local, Border Inn and Suites.
Yeah, I noticed that Fountain Tire is here, sponsoring here this weekend. They're also sponsoring the Holy Rosary High School Senior Basketball Tournament this weekend.
Big thanks to Fountain Tire.
For both events.
For both events.
Just at the end. Yeah. That's it.
See a few of our friends in the MNP VIP lounge giving us a thumbs up. I don't know if that means they ordered a round for us or...
Seeing who they are, I don't think so.
Probably not.
Knowing them and knowing us, I'm thinking probably not.
Probably not. Just that they're enjoying their beverage down there as we're up in the booth.
Wait's good.
Yeah. I'm jealous of them, but I'm not wearing a parka either, so I got a pretty good seat here.
Pretty warm here. Pretty good seat. So early on, you'll see Bruce Mouat's team. One in the rings, a very tight center guard. Corner guard from the Swiss team, and they are going to try and throw another corner guard.
Another corner guard.
Down 2, they'll get some corner guards in place.
Am I right in saying, Daryl, that Mouat would love to force this end so that he's got the hammer in 6?
Definitely ideal is to force and have hammer coming home. Always want to try and score in the even ends. Strategy. Yeah. On the other sheets, Cooey stole another 2 to go up 6-1 after 4. They're playing against Clist, who is are they a junior team still, or one of the top-ranked junior teams in Alberta for... I believe they are still all juniors.
Maybe easier here. It's a bit straighter.
And Schwaller scored a 4 against Goskins to go up 6-1. Manners is up 4-3 on Knapp. Pierce scored a deuce to go up 2-1 on McEwen. And Edie from Saskatoon has got a single in 4 to get within 1 of Adine as they play the 5th end. And on our ice, we're playing the 5th end. And, they're not afraid to put rocks in play, that's for sure. Nice shot.
Great draw.
Bruce had me on for lines, the only reason.
So
great draw from Bobby.
They've confirmed that Kist is the number 1 ranked junior, or U20 team.
U20 team.
Yeah, that's right.
Currently number 1 in total points, the U20 Alberta Curling Tour standings. Won a number of events this year, including the B qualifier for the Boston Pizza Cup Men's Alberta Provincials. Good for them. Great young team.
Yeah. It says that they represent a number of clubs. North Hill Curling Club, which is in Calgary, I believe. Sherwood Park, which is just outside of Edmonton. Crestwood Curling Club is in Edmonton.
And Lethbridge.
And Lethbridge Curling Club. So they've got together from all over the province to play together. So
good for them.
Yeah.
But they have their hands full with Mr. Coo.
In tough against Team Cooey.
So now, after a little bit of a cleanup, Mouat is going to try to get some more rocks in the middle again.
Come around again, that center guard.
Go for it.
Keep the pressure on him.
We're good.
14-7. I didn't get that one.
The other thing we should do is thank not just the sponsors, but all the volunteers that help put this event on. There's a large number of volunteers here to work the door, and they had a large number of volunteers help restore the ice. And without the volunteers, of course, something like this doesn't happen either. So thank you to all of them.
Yes, without them, also this wouldn't happen. There is a lot of them. It's not just the curlers, our curling club. A lot of people who just want to help in Lloydminster. Volunteering.
Yeah. I didn't understand what was going on exactly today. As I came in, they gave me my shirt, and she said, "We only have one left in your size." And I was a little put off that they suspected I was extra large, but
she knew you just got back from a long Mexico all-inclusive vacation, and
yeah, I don't know if this. Yeah. I don't know what it is about the sun that makes you put the pounds on. So they're coming around, trying to get to this red stone and move it so they can lay 4
on this.
Look at
great
this.
sweeping. It's incredible sweeping.
So they're laying 4.
11.
Hoesli isn't overly concerned about all the rocks on the outside.
No.
He has the hammer.
He has hammer. He's got a few options. He could come around for now, ignore the one in the forefoot. He could come around with the intern and go around that long corner guard, kind of freeze over there. He could hit on the one in the forefoot, try and roll one way or the other. He's got lots of options here to generate multiple points.
I don't mind getting rid of that one, and that kind of looks too well. I wouldn't mind getting rid of that one myself. And rolling.
Okay,
Yeah. Again, whatever you. Most of the shots you make are good ones, so.
Definitely got to stick around here.
Lean. Yep. Yep.
So.
Yep.
Playing it with nice weight.
Hard.
Gonna have to work to keep it there, though. Oh my.
Is this gonna roll out? Not a great result.
Not what they were looking.
Stick around. No, really need to stick around there.
Yep. Next bit.
Very quickly, Bruce Mouat will put down the broom and come around that center guard.
So would you ever, if you were Bruce Mouat, peel that center guard and just try and force?
I think you could, but I think that would force their hand to maybe then come around that guard, long guard on the right, and maybe get in some trouble that way. That's why I think making the shots, put pressure back on them. There'd be nothing wrong with peeling the center guard, but put some pressure on if they make this really good.
Curl when you can. Curl.
They've had a couple of misses out of the Swiss team, and I think they just want to keep the pressure on them.
Yeah.
Nice shot. Almost fully buried, 3/4 buried.
Stick there. Okay.
So now the Swiss are thinking about taking on the run back here, short run.
Mir gefällt der intern da.
Okay. Am Schluss wahrscheinlich nicht viel, oder?
Ich denke, es ist schön kontrolliert, ja. 8? 8 ist gut, ja.
And again, lots of options. They could come and just set that back a rock or two if they wanted to. Basically follow them down, but they're comfortable with this run back.
Yeah, I think because it is almost 3/4 buried, it just kind of forces their hand a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Got to play this run back.
Yep. Yeah.
This looks like it's going
to... Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Right on the nose.
Great shot. It'll leave it a bit exposed. But nice shot. Should be playable for the Scottish team. You could see probably 3/4 of it.
Yep.
At this level of curling, that's pretty much wide open. To you and I, that's almost fully buried. I can hardly see any of that. To them, they drool at leaving that much rock exposed.
Yeah, they were, I'm sure Mouat was happy to be able to see that much rock.
Das Gefühl, Kavos ist auch scheiße, das Schlitter ist so auf der Kante. Ja, ist so. Ja.
He does put a lot of handle on still.
A lot of rotation.
And of course that keeps it a little bit straighter.
Keeps it a bit straighter.
Look at that.
With the sweepers they have, like Bobby, you can make it curl anyway with that much rotation. One advantage. Great shot. It's hard to hide
Das ist
from
halt
the
mega
Mouat
nach
team.
da.
Put a rock somewhere they can't
Ich habe das Gefühl, das hat er schwieriger zum rausbringen.
Ja.
Wobei er kann es freezen.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
And when you try to be as precise as you have to be, that just makes it that much more difficult, of course.
Ist gut. Hä? Was dir gefällt? Bord? Ja. Mach eine Kurzrolle. Bord. Hinter uns der.
Now Hoesli is going to try hit and roll. I would think he was trying to roll under the center guard. A little bit of a roll to our right. And then hope for a miss from Bruce. Give themselves a chance.
Yeah.
Sweeping it from line.
Sweeping, trying to keep it straight.
Clean. Good.
Just really close.
Whoa.
Great shot.
Came out the other side a little bit. I don't know.
See just a fraction, and that's all Bruce needs. He's put down the broom.
That's a big fraction.
That is that's a big fraction. Almost a full rock, almost. He will peel this and force them to draw against 3. Peeled that. Front end accidentally thought that was the end. Start kicking corner guard. We've done that a few times ourselves.
Yeah.
Not paying attention, but it is not the last rock. One more to come.
That rock isn't going to interfere where
it will not interfere with
Hoesli wants to go.
Not whatsoever. So drawing against 3 needs bite the 8-foot. To be 1 down without hammer to the Scottish team.
Yeah, playing 6, which is exactly how Mouat would have wanted this end to play out.
How they drew it up on the whiteboard in the locker room. Pretty much just like that.
Ja. Easy, nur lange, wenig gut.
They're sweeping it to get it there.
Just an easy sweeping. Looks like they will get their 1. So after 5, we have a score of 4-3 for Mouat. Mouat will have hammer when we return.
Scoreboard sieht eng aus.
You intro.
Welcome back to the Astec Safety Challenge. We're watching the Mouat Hoesli game. Mouat forced Hoesli to 1 in the 5th, so lead 4-3 with hammer. Now playing the 6th end. They will be looking to score and score multiples if they can arrange it.
So a few more of our sponsors to list while we watch the first few shots. Cooperators Jason Arden and Associates. Thank you, Jason. Calro Pump and Mechanical. Velocity Truck Centers. RL Electric Motor Rewinding. Synergy Credit Union. Redhead Equipment. Bexon Construction. Gold Horse Casino. Thank you very much. And again, our title sponsors. Astec Safety and Wild Rose Pump Compression. Rod Wild has supported and sponsored curling for many, many years. Sponsored Kevin Martin, Kevin Cody, lots of big names. It's a great guy. So Hoesli decided with one guard to come around and try and put one on the button instead of throwing another set of guard.
But Mouat didn't throw the corner to offset the. So I think he.
Das rennt so langsam aus, da brauchst du 3 Steine zum Wasserflasche füllen.
You're going to try and beat him to the button.
Yeah.
Protect it.
He would like to steal one here to score in the even end.
Bitte. Ja, ja klar.
Very nice. Move things around a little bit.
Bronx in the rings and only one center
Kannst mal
guard.
Zeit machen.
Not a lot of places to hide.
So Kiss managed to score one back against Kui. Now trails 6-2. And Goskins as well scored one to trail by 4 to Schwaller. Local team Scott Manners gave up a deuce and now trail 5-4, but they have the hammer playing 6th. McEwen, Pierce stole one to go up 2 on McEwen. And Edine flexed a little muscle there and scored 4 against the Edie Rink to go up 7-2. So we've got a few games that are not quite as close as the other 3. So. Fortunately, ours is a close one, so we'll be here for a while yet.
Or you just single.
Fun watching two teams like that that can make so many shots and so confident to make everything.
Das vor dem Stein schon. 3/4.
I'm guessing that they like the ice. All the shots they're making.
I watched the streaming of the second draw today, and there were a few missed shots, but as the games went on, they obviously got more comfortable, and a lot more shots were called and a lot more shots were made. So
my nephew had a lot of compliments about the ice. Thinks it's fantastic, very good.
Yeah, they like it. They like it keen for sure. Lets them play their game.
Some curl. Looks like Team Mouat He's going to peel the center guard. Maybe even run it back into the rings. Trying to go off the button and just missed.
Just missed.
Great throw.
That's a shot you and I wouldn't even take on. Running it back amongst our yellow ones.
We think about it. We talk ourselves out of it. Clearer heads would prevail. Swiss team will throw up another guard. Need some guards in play. They're going to steal anything this end.
Nice piece. Then you go ahead.
No, missing by much.
Pitch flat. Tell. Hard.
Have to curl this a bit to not leave it open. It's definitely going to be open. That did not curl enough. The one on the button will be accessible.
Solid hack probably needed at least.
And that is a long guard.
That's a long guard. Not protecting very much.
They'll even be able to attack this with a little bit of weight to make sure it leaves.
Yep. 11-5.
Standard.
Weight's good.
Drie spelen.
Yeah. 11-5. Low 11.
Very nice.
Rock is removed. They roll to the back 12. Now there's a lot of yellow rocks piling up.
I'm sure that call will leave them free. Your last.
Oh, no, that wasn't a great call, but it worked. Das heißt, das muss ich machen.
It's getting very close to the point with a few rocks left. Team Hoesli is, as you would say, all in.
Yeah.
A lot of yellow rocks piling up. They have to be very, very careful here.
With the length of that center guard, again,
Vinny, go ahead.
Not protecting very much. Looks like maybe they are just trying to throw a tight guard. A 3 in the number system. Tight guard.
Tight.
That is tight. Knowing that they need more guards in play.
I think I had it better now.
Right now, quarter.
Think so. Yeah. I think a quarter goes over the top of it.
You definitely want to remove a guard. Which one do you want to remove?
10 quarter.
I think that the short guard is the one that would cause the most grief going forward. So
yeah, the long guard's really not going to protect a whole lot on its own. Looks like that is what they are going to get rid of. They will peel that tight guard.
Are they concerned about keeping this in play at all? Or no?
I don't think they'd be concerned about keeping play at all, especially with 3 already in the rings. They'll be very fine to roll away and not jam. Hoesli has 3 rocks left, trying to hide something.
Something somewhere.
Something somewhere, or it's going to be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. Sheet 2 is wrapped up.
Lenny, okay.
Kissed.
Lenny, clear.
Conceded
Whoa. Lenny, good.
after giving it 3 more and 6. Final
Lenny,
score
good.
9-2 on that root sheet. And handshakes on sheet 7, where Dean.
The Swedes.
Wow.
Viking team.
Yeah.
Pulled away in that one.
Yeah, I believe the final score there was 10-2. So, of course, teams have to get more aggressive and take on more chances when they get down.
Yeah.
And teams as good as the ones that are here will make you pay for it if you don't do it just perfectly. So.
Well, they put up another tight guard. Hoesli's team. Grant Hardy will try to remove it. long as they get rid of something, as long as there isn't a flash outside, you just try and remove one of them. Ideally, the closest guard.
Clean.
He did not throw as much weight because he could barely see any of it. Well thrown by Grant.
Very precise.
Down to 2 rocks.
Er ist halt schon alles da, Rams, aber du musst fast riskieren.
Not a lot of places to hide.
Das machst du, wird wieder chasen. Ja, das ist Shot hinter dem Nacken.
The front end members coming down to.
And so now, would you go in now with 2 rocks left, Kerry? Would you put up one more guard?
Yeah.
Well, I think that Mouat has proven he can get to wherever they put this near guard. So I think he's got to try and get in there and make him play the over curl the center guard with the out turn. Almost get behind the yellow. Make him play the run on the yellow. You could corner. No, I don't think that's there. I think they've got to play into the rings now, though.
Out turn draw.
It doesn't matter whether they give up 3 or 4 at this point. I don't think so.
Yep, steal one.
Da kannst du vom Hügel runter. Links kannst du vom Hügel runter, das ist fast geschafft, ins Losbehalten. Ja, genau.
So, I didn't see. I was watching the Manners team score a deuce. I didn't see where he tapped the broom, Daryl.
I think
you were watching that too, weren't you?
I was, but I'm gonna pretend. See what kind of weight we're throwing here, and it looks like
it's coming in.
Clean.
We are coming in. Need to find a hiding spot. Be very lonely amongst all the yellow
Trying to make it curl now.
Carf then, wenn wir
That's
schnell
okay
sind.
if it's deep. Line is there.
Carf, wenn wir heavy sind.
Okay if you're a little bit deep.
Yeah, like I say, they almost need it behind the yellow. I would take it as deep as I can at this point.
Okay.
This makes them play the yellow, stone back to get to it, I think.
Yeah.
He seems to think he can pick it.
Sagt, sind schon dort.
We don't have an angle.
Carf, wenn wir schon dort sind.
Is there a hole there, Daryl?
Nein, irgendwann gesagt, schon bleiben, dann hat er aufgehört.
Wow, not much of a hole, but it must be in his mind. I guess they're not running a rock yet.
No, I lied.
Ich muss rufen,
small port there.
Ist eigentlich seine Aufgabe. Er ruft hinten 4 und du willst voll verlängern.
Signals he's throwing normal, so.
Pretty confident throwing that shot.
Yeah, I guess worst case scenario, he removes one of the 2 that are guarding this stone. But clearly that's not what he's playing.
Right to it,
he's playing to make it. Look at that.
Well thrown, really well thrown.
Schau mal. Fix these, oder?
So they'll try again. Out-turn draw. They have to try and make it better.
How do you make that better, though?
Probably have to be higher, so you don't have a run back with the yellow.
Yeah.
And maybe just biting the forefoot.
Gleich drauf an. Also jetzt müssen wir nicht mehr unbedingt hinter Gelb.
Got to be shot stone.
Got to be shot stone. They can just get into the forefoot.
Das ist aber gleich schwierig. Also, da müssen wir Shot sehen. Schon wenn es geht.
Directly behind the red.
Directly behind the red, then there's not really the run back on the top yellow one because it would jam on their other yellow.
Forced Mouat to play quiet around.
Yeah. This is definitely what we were saying, referring to before, is all in.
All in.
Give them your best poker face.
Appears to be lots of room.
Muss noch weit. Hard. Oh,
It's deep. Deeper than they wanted. It is shot. But very accessible. Probably the exact same shot.
He'll be able to stick it this time, I think.
He may be able to.
Not that he's concerned about that.
He knows that. As long as he gets rid of it.
10-5.
Gets 3, but this may be there for 4. It is even more open, I think, than his previous shot.
Yeah, it didn't curl up as much as his last one. So.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Well, they're off it right away. Sweeping it to curl.
Clean.
And then switch.
Clean is a good sign.
So this should be.
This will be for 4. Just determine whether we're going to have handshakes or not.
4 to put them up.
And we are. That will complete our game with a 4, making it 8-3 final. Mouat over Hoesli.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been fun. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.
Hey Ben, what's the Astec Safety online e-learning website again?
Yeah, that would be AstecSafety.com.
Fire extinguisher and firefighting, we'll send that one to Paul.
Ah, now here's a course I should probably take. Conflict resolution.
Power line safety. Yeah, I thought it might help me with my line calls. Did you know this Astec website has over 100 safety courses?
Jeez. Astec Safety online course. Ground disturbance. Could have used that a few seconds ago.
The official soundtrack to Canada's only border city, 1061, The GOAT. Stay connected with MyLloydminsterNow.com. The GOAT. Everything that rocks. 1061, The GOAT.